Hello there, folks. How's it going? I feel like it's been months and months and upon months. Well, maybe not so many months, though, but it's just been a long time overall since I've ever posted anything, for any kind of Let's Play videos and all that. And I've posted like so many of those updates on my main channel, and hopefully you guys have seen those though, and some might not, but that's okay. And I feel like it's probably so much better that I should just go ahead and just, inform you of what I've been doing and some stuff, the future of this channel and all that. Nothing anything bad though. Don't worry, guys. I mean, just don't assume the worst or anything. But I feel like it's been months now, and I've delayed myself for quite too long right now. So I think I should just go ahead and fill you in on all that's been happening. So from what you might have known for the past few months is that since I posted this one update or just made this one post on my main channel is that I've been busy packing and with trying to move out from my parents' house again because as you guys might recall, I did move out of my parents' house previously back in 2022, and then 2 years later, I was living in Central Florida at the time, and then 2 years later, I had to move back to my parents' house, which is up in Georgia, and I had to save my money. It ended up taking a lot longer than intended for many reasons, and so we just kind of had to delay ourselves. And so I thought I was going to be able to move to once I move to the new place, then I can go ahead and post those updates. But then I realized for how long it was taking, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging because we ended up staying we ended up staying for a year, and it was actually me and my sister I was living at the time, and so we just ended up staying for a year for lots of reasons. And so seeing that was gonna take a long time for all this to go, then I didn't want to. I really didn't want to delay this any longer. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting for too long, so I went ahead and continue with my continue operations on the channel even while in my parents' house. I was doing I did the Super Mario Bros. Super Marathon, and there was Majora's Mask, and then I was already doing the first half of Banjo-Tooie, and and I'm already still in the middle of it though, so I mean there'll be more videos, but more on that a little later once I actually get to that kind of point. But yeah, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I wanted to continue with continue being active on this channel, and so by that point, midway as I was going through Banjo-Tooie, and so I was already looking for places to move to, because we've all decided that we can just move on our own now, and so and so right then and there, I was going through midway through Banjo-Tooie, and so I decided to just go on a hiatus, and so that way there I can actually focus on finding a new place, and then just do some packing, pack up all my things and all that stuff, and get some boxes around and do the whole moving process. And you know how much of a pain in the ass it is. I mean, everybody knows. A lot of you have moved and all that, and you moved to different apartments and all that, and I think you guys know how it sucks so much dick to have to just get everything in gear and make sure you don't lose anything. That's like the worst part ever, is like losing a lot of things. And so yeah, that's like one of the major things that that I was afraid of. But I didn't really lose much of anything though, thankfully. I was looking at the boxes and saw some stuff that I never thought I would find. But yeah, that's besides the point. So anyway, so good news is that for what you can see on this update video, I finally got my new place. Yeah. Yeah, I got my new apartment and all that, and so I'm actually living by myself at the moment though. But at least I still have my parents to help me though with rent and all that, because they did say they were gonna help, which I really do appreciate, because they're my parents anyway. So and just as long as I have a real good established paying job and all that, because I'm still working of course, and just make sure I get paid as much good money as possible. So but yeah, I got my new place. I finally moved in and all that, and so I'm by myself, and it's it's very surreal that even though I lived with my family and family members and all that for years until now, this is like the first time I'm actually here by myself, and it's like a bold kind of decision at the moment though. And yes, I know I'm single. I don't have a significant other or anything like that, but but I mean it's not like my biggest focus or anything though. So but yeah, I finally did it. It finally happened. So I finally got my new place. And, you know, it should be known that, you know, I've been saying how I've been living in Central Florida, you know, for all my life now. But, you know, I actually moved. I actually live somewhere else now. I moved to. I'm right now. Right now I'm currently living in North Florida. And of course, you know, I'll say it now. I'm living in Jacksonville right now. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of getting away what kind of city I live in though. But then again, Jacksonville is a huge city. It is very huge. So yeah, even if you know now, yeah, you'll never find me. You'll never find me. Yeah, it could be possible for running to me. Maybe a fan would, but anyways, so yeah, this is actually where my new base of operations is, and like I said, this is only an apartment, which means I'm just renting the place. So, chances are I'll just be moving. Or I'll just be living here for like let's say 2 years, probably. Yeah, just 2 years and all that, and then then afterwards, and I'll just move out again, and probably could just move back to Central Florida though, because Central Florida, it's actually been my real home. Like fun fact though, I actually was born in Jacksonville, but I've only stayed there for the first 2 years of my life because I was only a baby, and I didn't know much of it. So afterwards, we moved down to Central Florida, like not too far from Orlando, and so that was actually where I've lived there for most of my life. So if anything, that was actually not my real home, if anything, because that's kind of what they say. Um, but after all that's said and done, once I'm financially stable, I mean, way more than financially stable that is, though, then I do plan on moving back over to Central Florida because that's kind of where I want to be over to. And I know for one thing, the traffic does suck major ass. It really does. I will not deny that. But I don't know, it's just something about it that just kind of makes me feel a little more at home, basically. I mean, can you blame me? I mean, I'm sure you guys must feel the same way, unless you really want to go somewhere else, though, and that's way fine, though. But and yeah, you can see in the background too that like it does look a little empty at first, and I know I still got a bunch of dishes back there that I'm gonna put away later because just done with washing dishes. And it's a pretty small apartment as well, so that's why I'm kind of having my all the stuff, my computer and all that, and the games in the main living room and all that, and my bedroom's just over there. So so yeah, that's just about it. So but yeah, that's actually what's been going on, and as for why I've been absent, like those of you guys who don't really know at all. So yeah, that's actually where I've been, just busy with packing. I just had to focus on packing my things up, and then moving to the new place, and then finally getting myself established in the room. There's still a few boxes that I've yet to unpack though. Then just unpack everything and all that, and like there's still a few boxes left, but I'm almost done though. It just takes a while, those kind of things. So yeah, so for right now, this will be my new base of operations, and so things are going pretty good so far. Aside from just having to deal with a couple of damn roaches though, but I made sure to spray the ever living shit out of the whole perimeter, and just to ensure those little fucks don't even come in. So so it should hopefully be good though. But there is pest control in the apartment complex either way. But other than that though, I actually already have this home defense thing. So anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much just about it. So, and then things go for the future of this channel, and yeah, like after all this hiatus, and I've kept you guys waiting for too long. The other things that happened though is that like, and I actually did move in. I've actually officially moved in last month in May, like the very first day of May, and I had to take all the boxes from my parents' house over to this place, and then let's see what else. Next few months, I had to do a celebration for my birthday. My birthday was on the 16th, and so I haven't really mentioned it at all, though. But, well, I mean, birthdays are just another day for me, but, my family wanted to celebrate it, so, 29. Ugh, jeez, I don't even want to think about that. Ugh! I'm getting so goddamn old. But, but yeah, there was that, and then about a week later, I got sick. Yeah, it was some kind of flu. It wasn't COVID though, thankfully. Even though I've had COVID for like 2 years ago, even though I was already vaccinated at the time. But I still hadn't been getting COVID anyway. But yeah, I was sick. I was feeling very much under the weather, so I had to take another week off. I've been meaning to actually just update you guys earlier than intended though, but it's just that goddamn sickness had to get into me, and so. I had to hold off for a week until I've, rested and recovered and all that, because, I didn't want to, update you guys while I still felt like shit. So, so yeah, there was that, and there were some other things some other factors I had to do. Like, you know, I had to get everything done. I had to change my driver's license back to a Florida driver's license, and then there's also my license plate that, you know, I had to change as well, which will be done, you know, the next day. Once the tax collector's office is open, because, like, you know, I just had to make sure I'll just try to drive around and make sure I don't get pulled over by the damn cops and all that, because that would be no fun. So yeah, and I shouldn't be doing that though, but you know, I have to do something to get to work though. So I mean, what else was I supposed to do? Didn't have that sick time either. So, yeah, I know I've been going off on those tangents, but yeah, that's pretty much all I had to do. So I feel like, you know, I've kept you guys waiting for too long, and I feel that I feel like it's absolutely right to just go ahead and you know, post this video now to get my channel active again, and you know, get you guys updated on what's been happening and all the situations and all that. And so, with all that said, so now that I finally got myself moved in, I got all my game consoles and all that. I got my yeah, I got my computer set up, and you know, the Wi-Fi and all that. I got that set up, and you know, my Nintendo Switch is set back up though. Although I say it's my Nintendo Switch now, and then you know, the Nintendo Switch 2 is out now. And so, I don't have the console yet, though, but I will get it, you know, very soon, like, sometime in the next week. But, you know, because of that, then, it's only a matter of time once I get that, and then, I'll have to, you know, just kind of, like, say my goodbyes. It's been a fun ride. It's been, you know, great library games and all that, but, yeah, going forward here, so to get back, to update you guys with, you know, the future of this channel, and, you know, for World B, yes, I will continue operations with the channel now that I've got everything set back up. I'll be getting things back up running this week, of course, whenever I have the days to do so, and you know, just record the next episode of Banjo-Tooie. So yeah, Banjo-Tooie will be coming back. I'll be continuing on with those episodes, and you know, just going through because we're already at the second half of the game now, guys. There's just you know 4 more worlds to go through, and then you know, and then we'll pretty much be done with the game as well. So yeah, we're just at the second half. So, so yeah, so I'll be going back to that here, and then I'll just be doing like, you know, regular. Well, I don't really have a set schedule for uploading those, so I just kind of like, you know, upload them randomly as much as I could though. So like, you know, whenever I have the time, then I just go ahead and, you know, just do the recordings, you know, record the games, and then commentate over them, and edit them, and then get them uploaded. So so yeah, by this coming week, yeah, operations will be back up and running on this channel. So there will be some more regular uploads, and so once Banjo-Tooie is done, I actually was planning on shifting a schedule, or like, you know, going for my own kind of schedule for videos. So, you know, just kind of like get a little even a little bit here. And sorry for the little cut there, I just had a bit of a cough, so so yeah, I plan on getting myself a set kind of schedule, so that way there I can actually get things spread out and do things a little more consistently and all that. Only when Banjo-Tooie is done though, when I get to my next Let's Play, and so that's pretty much will be for, you know, the future of this channel. The other thing is that so I know that you guys were like, those of you who have been following my live streams of Super Mario 64 DS, where I was doing that for the 100 subscriber special. And I haven't been catching up on that for so long, though, because, like, you know, I mean, what was happening was that, you know, I mean, things were going smoothly at first, though, but, like, I was very much new to live streaming and all that, and so, like, you know, I'm very much a total newbie, so it's like, you know, some of the videos, or the archived ones, they seemed, like, mediocre at best, though. I mean, not all of them, but some of them, though. But my last session that I did, though, it was fucking disastrous, because, like, for some weird-ass reason, my mic just reset back to where, you know, my voice is very muffled and all that. And then my capture device was acting a little weird for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the USBs being that, because my USB tends to be a little wonky on my computer tower, so it could be that, though, for all I know. But there's been a lot of issues, and my commentary was being shit, of course. So, and the other thing was that that, like, as I was doing the live streams of the game itself, that's actually when I was really noticing the glaring issues that that Mario 64 DS was having, like, you know, with the stiff controls, and how, you know, I just kind of go all over the place with some characters, and you know, just playing through the game, and, you know, because of the stiff controls, you know, I actually you know, it hasn't been as much of an enjoyable experience for me as it was previously. Like, you know, when I was playing the games a few times. So like, I'm not quite sure if I even want to continue that in this case though, because like I don't really find myself enjoying the game much anymore, because like I'm seeing all the flaws and it's kind of starting to aggravate me a bit here. But I mean, you know, it's up to you guys. You know, if you guys want to see me continue with, you know, finishing up with the streams, because like it's not even finished yet though. But you know, it's up to you guys. I mean, you guys want me to see more of my more of the streams though? Because I mean, you know, just for the sake of finishing it though, or should I just say nah? Or you guys want to just go like, not worth it? Because you know, if there's like so many problems there, then you know, just don't want to waste my time or anything like that. Speaking of streams, though, I know I did say beforehand. I think I mentioned a few times I actually did have a Twitch channel, and I haven't even used it at all, though. Like, you know, it's actually completely barren as of right now. But I actually do plan on getting my Twitch channel more open though, and you know, doing some more streams, because I was wanting to get into the live stream kind of thing here. So once I get that up and running, then you know, I will you know, post it on my main channel and let you guys know. And maybe, you know, if you guys want me to, like, you know, kind of, like, expand more on the channel, like, you know, maybe I'll open up a Discord or something like that, then, I mean, I could do so, because, you know, I can just, you know, use one of my, you know, one of the groups for Discord, and so just post it here. So, you know, you know, anything you guys want me to do. Because, I mean, I got those plans in next year, so, or those kind of ideas in mind, so, you know, if you guys want me to do, then that's all fine, so, then, other than that, though, then I guess that's pretty much it here. So, yeah, so everything's moved in, and then, like I said, things will continue to operate on this channel, so there will be, so I'll finally get things back up and running, more Banjo Tooie videos will be uploaded, so, stay tuned, and look forward to that, and so yeah, so I'm looking forward to, getting things going here, and then we'll see where we'll go from here, and see how much this channel will grow, because, like, you know, I kind of want to see, you know, maybe the channel will grow. I know, like, you know, Let's Plays have kind of been stagnant, though, but I still want to make it relevant, though, and some people are still doing it. Like, you know, Chuck Conroy's still doing it, and so is the Nintendo Capri Sun, and some of the others I know, they still do those things, so, I mean, I could, too. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it there, so, thank you guys so much for your patience and understanding, and I do apologize for this long delay that, you know, that you guys were sitting around and wondering where I was, but you know, that's where I've been. So, but yeah, I really couldn't thank you guys enough for, you know, for your understanding and patience and all that. And so, so yeah, hope to see you guys, and, you know, keep you guys entertained and all that. And then I will see you guys for the next video.